So my presentation is called The Giggle Within, and towards the end we'll need a little bit of audience participation, and this looks like a really fun group, so that shouldn't be a problem, but you'll help me realize a dream if you do. Now the end of this story ends with a fork, a spoon, and the letter Z. Once there was a little girl who loved life. She loved to laugh, she loved to learn, and she always felt this little bubble of joy right here, and she called it her giggle within. Most of the time, she got this giggle within. You know, she really tried to cultivate it as much as possible, but most of the time she got this when she was observing nature, looking at bugs, listening to all the birds, and one of her favorite sounds is listening to ducks land. But a funny thing happened, a not so funny thing happened when she started to not observe the natural world and then observe adults. She noticed that they were sad, depressed, tired, and they laughed a lot less. Now, we'll get back to the little girl in a minute, but what I wanted to talk to you about a little bit is about the statistics of laughter. In one study, they found that children laugh as much as 400 times a day, while adults laugh 15 times. That is a 96% decrease. 15 times a day, that's once an hour. Now, why do we let that happen? Well, I don't know, because one doctor, he's a medical doctor from Stanford University, he likens laughing to jogging. He says it's like jogging on the inside. It massages our internal organs. It helps with our lung capacity. There are so many other different types of benefits that we have. It makes us alert. It makes us creative problem solvers. It helps with our immune system. It helps relax all the stress hormones that we may be feeling at any given time. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. So in the whole world, we have over 6,000 languages and hundreds of thousands of different dialects. But one thing holds true, laughter, right? We can recognize that in any different type of language. Also, deaf children and blind children can laugh even without the social cues. But laughter is a fairly social experience. For example, they studied groups and solitary behavior. And in the groups, we tend to talk about 4 times as much as we talk when we're by ourselves. We tend to smile about, yeah, I know. It's true, though. Smile about 6 times as much as we do when we're alone, but we tend to laugh 30 times as much when we're around people. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah. So with all this activity that's happening, lots of people are taking note. And one guy in India, his name is Dr. Katarina, he started a laughter yoga club, yeah? And they're around, and there are about 6,000 clubs in the world, 400 in the United States, 6 in North Carolina. The closest is in Greensboro, North Carolina. And there's also a Skype laughter club. If you're home alone and you want to laugh, you can just get right on Skype and go to it. They're used in prisons. They're used in schools. They are used to help childhood victims of abuse. They are used all over the place. So now we are on to the part of audience participation. I want you to help me turn my 15 more towards the 400 section. So here's how we're going to do it. We've got this is the audience participation section, and I'm going to explain to you real quickly how we're going to do it. All we're going to do is laugh together, and it will help. I'll give you the cue. It will help if you look towards your neighbor and laugh. We will go in ebb and flows. Now, how will you know when to stop? You'll know when to stop when I come right back on here, and I'll tell you what happened to the little girl, okay? Ready? Begin. Awesome. Thank you. That was fun. You can do that with your family. You can do that with your friends. You can do that with your spouse. Very fun. So the way that the story ends is you wonder if the little girl never gave up on looking for different for laughter in situations like that. So one day, about a year later, after she noticed all that sadness from the adults, she walked into the kitchen, and she saw her dad by himself in front of the microwave with a fork, a spoon, and he was mocking a French accent, and he said, "First you take the spoon, and then you take the